You're listening to the ESO Network, your station for all things geek.
Hey there, welcome to episode 263 of the Rusted Robot podcast for Sunday, October the 13th, 2019.
X-Ray Delta 1, this is Mission Control. Roger, you're 1930.
Just what do you think you're doing, Dave?
All I'm offering is the truth, nothing more.
All right, I'll take a shot at it. What the hell, it works on Star Trek.
There's a fleet of Star Destroyers coming out of hyperspace in Sector 4.
Ship, abandon ship. All personnel proceed to escape pods. Close down the surface.
Come quietly or there will be trouble.
I am the law.
Put down your weapon. You have 20 seconds to comply.
And I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes.
Hey everybody, welcome to the podcast. Another exciting episode for this Sunday. Happy Thanksgiving weekend to our Canadian friends and listeners. Happy birthday to Bishop's sister, my kinda stepdaughter Dakota. She's 24 today. Josh, how are you?
I'm doing okay.
You're doing okay. That's awesome. I'm doing okay too. What's happening? What's new? What's exciting?
Not much.
No?
No. I bottled up my mead and cider yesterday.
Yes. How'd that go?
It's pretty tasty.
Oh, good. You handed me a few bottles before we started recording. I haven't opened them yet, so this should be a fairly coherent episode. Looking forward to trying them later tonight, though. I'll tell you what. So last night, saw your wife at NTFF, Night to Harris Film Festival.
I stayed home.
You did. You stayed home this time.
Yeah.
This night was Fright Night.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever seen it?
No.
I had never seen it before. Didn't know anything about it. Takes place, or was made in about 1985. Hilariously cheesy. I don't often laugh out loud at things, and I did multiple times in this movie. I don't know if when it was made in 1985 it was supposed to be serious and scary, but it was just hilarious.
Okay.
Do you remember Married with Children?
Yes.
Do you remember the neighbor Marcy?
No.
Well, she was the neighbor who Al Bundy always made fun of. She was the...
was she the blonde one?
Yeah, with the short hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was the main female in the movie, and she was supposed to be the sex symbol, if you can believe it.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a little bit funny because she's not cute, kind of.
In your opinion?
Well, okay,
Some people will find her cute.
maybe it was just funny, and the
Also, you gotta remember, 1985.
true enough.
Like, the standards were way different back then.
That is true. But it was amusing. The effects were hilariously cheesy. I don't know how else to describe it. It was a fun time.
All right, what would you give it?
Oh, I don't even know what I could give it.
Give it what you enjoyed it as, and give it as its intended scary movie.
Oh, geez. Okay, how much I enjoyed it. I had a great time. I would give it a 9 for enjoyment.
Okay.
But if I went back to 1985,
And you watched it as a horror film?
when I was 9 years old, I might have been scared at 9 years old, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, it's hard to say. But now it'd be about a 6.
So
But-
it's actually slightly scary?
I could see that it could be. There was one.
Well, no. Not that it could be.
Well,
I'm asking you if it, as a horror film, it was in any way suspenseful or scary.
There was a couple jump scares.
Jump scares aren't anything. We all know, like, there's going to be a cat in the fridge or in the cupboard, or...
There was no cats.
You know what I mean.
I do know what you mean.
The weird jump scare for no reason.
For the time, it was probably pretty scary.
Okay.
It's just hard to put my mindset
Oh,
35 years ago.
I'm not trying to ask about 35 years ago. I'm asking about last night. Did it hold up as a horror film?
Sure.
So no.
Probably not. But everybody was laughing at all the different things. There was one part where one of the vampires had turned into a wolf, and he got stabbed with a table leg, and he fell over the railing or something. And the animatronics on this thing trying to crawl away was so bad. We all laughed. It was good. It was a good time. It was pure enjoyment. So I would recommend watching it, especially during the month of October.
Okay.
Did your wife mention it to you last night?
I haven't seen her.
You haven't seen her?
No, she got up and went to work before I woke up.
Oh, no. Well, I got to talk to her briefly. I said, are you going to be on the podcast tomorrow? She's like, no, I switched with my sister and I'm going to work this weekend instead. I'm like, Oh, you haven't been on the podcast in a while. It's sad. Maybe next weekend.
She should be here next weekend, although we'll have to record later.
Later?
Meena's having a birthday party next weekend. That's why they switched.
Oh, okay, that's what it is.
And it's a sleepover birthday party.
Oh, fun.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
Well, that's all right. Yeah, we'll record it some other time.
Yeah, good. I'll have a bunch of little kids over in the morning.
Yeah, and they probably won't be quiet for
Yeah,
recording.
they're
So.
probably not going to be as good as mine.
No, your kids are amazing.
Yeah.
You just say, hey, we're recording the podcast now, and they quiet right down, and they play in their room until we're done.
Yep.
That's awesome. You train them well.
They're just good kids.
Or that.
So then again, it's not like they're super loud to begin with.
No, because after we record, you say, okay, kids, you can make noise now. And they say yay, and they...
Yeah, they yell yay, and then they're back to being quiet.
Yeah. Ideal for recording purposes. So where is the wife anyway, since she's at work? Where does she work? Let's do our obligatory plug
I
for...
was going to say, you almost missed the opportunity for a nice little segue there, and you didn't take it.
Yeah.
So now we're going to do this awkward one.
Yeah.
Okay, well, all right. We'll assume this went naturally. And like, oh, Shawn, that's right. You should know that she works at 38 Pine Street, North Timmins, Ontario, Canada. That's Jump City Comic Books.
Yes,
They do comics and collectibles there.
They do, and they're also one of the sponsors for Night Terrors Film Festival.
They are.
Yeah.
You can see their logo right up on there on the screen.
Yes, which is awesome. Kitty and Julie screamed out in the theater, woo! It was funny.
Yeah.
And everybody laughed. It was good times. So that's Night Terrors Film Festival weekend 2. Next weekend is Pet Sematary.
Okay, I've actually watched that one.
Yeah.
I didn't care for it.
I don't think I care for it either, but I haven't seen it since the early 90s, so.
All right.
So, a funny thing happened last week.
Okay.
So we recorded the show last week.
Yeah, at our usual time.
At our usual time, about 10 o'clock in the morning on Saturday. And I had told you that, the 15-second teaser trailer for the Picard series was out, but we couldn't play it. And then I went home, and all the trailers came out from New York Comic Con. So I managed to play the Lost in Space trailer at the end of last week's episode. I couldn't get the Picard or the Discovery trailer to upload from the YouTube converter to the MP3. It said this video is not available for conversion, so I couldn't actually play it. But I'm sure all of our listeners now, a week later, have seen the Picard trailer multiple times, as well as the Discovery trailer. We just actually watched all 3 trailers. Let's have a little bit of a discussion, one at a time. Which one did you want to start with?
We'll start with Picard.
Okay, the best one.
It looks good.
Mm-hmm.
Some things I've got questions about, but
Okay.
it's fine.
What do you have questions about?
Like, I don't know. It seems like they're taking a darker tone with everything. That's kind of counter to what I understand Star Trek to be. But all right, we'll see.
Well, I watched some trailer breakdowns on YouTube because there's like 50 of them already in the last week. One thing that was pointed out multiple times, we see Picard walking down a staircase. Out the window, we see a shuttlecraft flying around, but it's a Discovery era shuttlecraft, which is from 160 years in the past. What's up with that? And they're speculating, are they trying to really tie it into Discovery by having a Discovery era shuttle? Is it just a placeholder so we don't see what the actual shuttles look like now in the future? So a lot of nitpicking already.
Or it could be just somebody's private shuttle that looks like an old car.
Right.
Like people that drive around in like old cars today.
I see lots of them.
Like I've seen a Model T on the road.
Yes, me too.
Right.
Yeah, so it could be that. It could be just an antique that's...
It could be an antique, or it could be a retro-looking car. Retro-looking shuttle.
True
Right.
enough, yeah.
Also, there's not much that they can improve on the design of a shuttle.
A shuttle's a shuttle?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe they just, it's a very similar look because it's a slightly aerodynamic ship with a long double nacelle. It's
Pretty standard.
Kind of hard to make them look really different.
But the guys from the Trek Yards YouTube channel, they made a whole video about it. I think it was like a 25-minute video just talking about this shuttle and how it shouldn't be there. But we don't know until the actual show comes out January 23rd.
We'd have to, again, there's too much to know on that. And, that's only a couple hundred years in service. For a basic design,
Mm-hmm.
You, of course, you strip out the internals, put all new internals.
Of course.
But the basic hull design is fine.
They were saying that it doesn't look like the TNG snub-nosed shuttlecraft, or they didn't mention the Voyager shuttlecraft, which looked extra sleek and aerodynamic. But
Yeah.
different designs, different whatever.
Yeah. There's lots of different shuttlecrafts. Like, you look at the original TNG shuttlecraft,
Yeah.
those things are ugly compared to later TNG
Totally.
shuttlecraft.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Later TNG were all nice curved, and the first ones were boxy and weird.
And small.
Yeah. I'm like, okay.
Mm-hmm.
I got no problems with them holding over an older design that works just as well. You rip out the internals, you put new internals, and go.
Okay, so that's that taken care of. What did you think of the android-looking guys in the red shirts? Confusing?
I don't know what's happening there.
Speculation is that they're either former Borg drones or they're data-type androids.
I don't think they're soon-type androids.
Because they all look different from the trailer breakdowns that I've looked at.
Yeah, and, well, that's not necessarily. I think you could get a random face generator to make random faces.
True.
But
They all have stamps on their forehead, too.
yeah, I don't know what to make of them.
Too early to tell, right?
Too early to tell. They might be clones. They might be anything.
Mm-hmm.
And it's fine. We'll figure it out. This is not like it's going to be like just a... We're not going to be a monster of the weeking, so we'll get that. And like I said, I'm not 100% on board.
You're not?
I'm like 90% on board.
Okay, that's pretty good for you.
Yeah. Well, like, the more I see, the more I'm stabilizing at 90% on board. There's a lot of things like, okay, I wonder what they're going to do with this.
Mm-hmm.
So they're not getting me like, oh, watch the whole series right off the hop, but they're stabilizing.
What do you think about the mean Badmiral talking down to Picard and saying it's not his home anymore?
You mean an admiral in Starfleet?
Yeah, Badmiral.
An admiral in Starfleet?
Exactly.
They're all idiots.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're being mean to Picard.
That's what admirals do.
I don't like it.
They are mean, and they make stupid decisions.
True.
And they make the wrong decision.
Yes.
And they put people in danger for no reason.
Always.
That is what Starfleet admirals are. That's their standing orders.
I think it's part of the job requirement.
Yeah, because, like, when have we ever seen an admiral, not a fleet admiral? Because there's a difference.
Yeah.
Fleet admirals are out there doing actual stuff.
They're like captains.
Yeah. Like, Picard was a fleet admiral.
Was he?
Yeah. He was admiral. Same with Janeway. She was Admiral Janeway.
Well, in Nemesis.
Yeah.
Right.
They're fleet. So they're still out there doing things.
Doing the things. Not sitting in an office.
Same thing with Kirk. Kirk was a fleet admiral.
Right.
He's not working back at Starfleet Command. Those guys don't know anything.
No, definitely not, because they haven't been out there.
And then the few times they do go out there, they do stupid things like take an age-reducing drug at double dosage real quick.
Yeah, that's never good.
Yeah, no, because that's just what you need. Take more of the drug quicker instead of just spacing it out like your doctor told you to.
Right, and not sharing any with your wife, like Admiral Jameson in that horrible, horrible episode.
That wasn't a bad episode.
All right, we'll go with that. Okay, so overall, you're 90% excited.
I'm at the 90% level here.
Okay, and you'll only give it the 3-episode go if you don't like it?
I will give it the 5-episode go.
You'll give it a 5?
Yeah.
Because it's our captain?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm super excited. I can't wait. I even mentioned it on the last episode of Soulforge Podcast, which I recorded this past Wednesday and it came out Thursday. Hey, pardon the interruption, but do you want to learn more about love, lust, sex, anger, happiness, music, time, space, and the human race? I hope you do, because I'm here to beg you to listen to Soulforge Podcast. We're your weekly dose of life and living here on the ESO Network. Find us wherever you listen to podcasts, and soulforgepodcast.com. A proud partner of the Rusted Robot Podcast here on the ESO Network. Let's find out together. Talking about things that make your day. And that was one of the things that I mentioned. soulforgepodcast.com. Check it out.
Okay.
Okay, so Picard. Can't wait. January 23rd. What's the next trailer you'd like to talk about?
Well, let's keep with Star Trek and move on to Discovery.
Discovery Season 3 trailer.
Black alert. Black alert.
Okay, so it's utter garbage.
You think so?
Oh, yes. It's terrible.
How come?
Because it's going against established timelines.
How so?
So they are sent to 3187.
87.
So smack dab in the 32nd century.
Yeah.
Okay. And crewman Daniels, from Star Trek Enterprise, where he learned to build simple time machines in high school.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's from the 32nd century.
Is he from that time too?
Yeah, he's from the 32nd century.
Okay.
Humanity has advanced so far
Yeah.
that they are participating in the temporal Cold War, and they're pretty advanced in that timeline because we already know from the relativity, which was 80 years before crewman Daniels, they were already fixing things in the timeline.
You mean the Starship Relativity from Voyager?
Yes.
Right, okay.
So we already know that they are corrective timelining things from before this is happening. So how is it that the Discovery can come into the 31st century, 32nd century, and everybody's like, oh, you believe in ghosts? Because she's wearing the Starfleet symbol.
Yeah.
No, everybody knows about them. It's Starfleet's still around. They're now Starfleet and Time Command, right?
Right.
They're still around. They're still really technically advanced because they're teaching people to build time machines in high school.
Okay, but maybe they're ignoring the
established timeline and
yes.
the universe that they already established.
Maybe when they jumped to the future, the timeline switched. So now they're in a future timeline.
So they switched timelines in a place where they specifically prevent people from doing that?
Maybe.
With advanced time travel technology?
Well, from the 1 minute and 11-second trailer, I don't think we have enough information to go on as to how they're going to explain it.
But we see enough that they don't give a damn about Star Trek.
You think so?
Yes. We saw...
There's trills in the trailer.
And?
I'm just saying. We see some established...
no, we don't.
Yeah.
We see what might be trills.
Okay, well, they have the spots on the head.
So did other races we've seen.
Yeah, I suppose. Okay.
So they might be trills. We did see Andorians using a Kamehameha wave.
What?
Did you not recognize? There was the group of Andorians standing there in the hallway, and they had their hands in their front of their stomach in a posing fashion, charging up an energy ball.
Right.
So that apparently the Andorians went to Master Roshi and learned the Kamehameha wave.
Ah, okay.
Because sure, why not? They can generate psychic balls of energy and launch them at their opponents. That's fine. Let's establish that as new canon.
Okay. What do you think about the Federation flag having less stars?
That's not the Federation flag.
It's the new Federation flag, I guess.
From
800 years in the future, whatever it was, 930, whatever.
Yeah. No.
No?
No.
You don't like it?
No. Because this whole thing is, we got to eliminate everything that was Star Trek and make our own thing that's kind of loosely based on it, so we can not have to deal with anything that's been established.
Ah, okay.
Like all that stuff you loved. Yeah, ignore that, because it's terrible. What we're doing is great, because we're dark and broody.
This is supposed to be a more light kind of season, they're saying. More
light. We just got to destroy everything that you love.
More in the vein of classic Star Trek. Exploration and stuff, from what I heard.
So we've destroyed the Federation and killed off everything that you loved because we destroyed the timeline completely. Picard was never born. This never happened. That never happened. This never happened. Okay, so now that we've done away with all of that and murdered it in its crib, now we're going to be light and fun. Except we're going to keep the dark and brooding lighting tone, acting style. No, they're not going to go light. It's going to be lighter. So that's like going from Vanta black to deep black. It's still dark.
Okay. So what you're saying is that...
You can't have a tea party on a corpse and say, oh, but we were having a light, fun tea party. It's still on a corpse.
Oh. So you're not going to give it the 3-episode test?
I gave the show its 3-episode test. It failed.
But this is a new season.
No, you don't give the show a new season. Give it the test again.
Have you never watched a show in the middle of its run?
No.
Oh.
You don't go back to the show when you've decided it's garbage.
What if you never watched it in the first place and then you discover it like halfway through?
I've done that. Okay. I've discovered a show partway through. Mm-hmm. I've watched it from then on. I've gone back and watched the early episodes and realized, oh no, they were garbage. And then I stopped watching it.
Well, I'm going to watch all of it.
That's fine. You can watch it. You can like it.
And I do. I know it's not perfect. I'm not blind to that fact. And it's got its issues.
And, okay.
But it's new Star Trek and I
love
it.
Hold. So, there's a big single letter question here. So we know that they're severely changing the timeline.
Yeah.
Severely, they're destroying everything.
Okay, I'll give you that.
Okay. And since they're destroying everything, and the ghost, let's see how far back they say the Federation stopped being a thing.
Yeah.
Okay. They're probably going to say shortly after the Discovery vanished, everything changed.
I don't know.
Because you guys were the key to things.
Right.
Because I think they even said that.
Well, Michael's the key.
Yeah.
Because she is. She's the star of the show, so she has to be the main thing for everything.
Yeah, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
But she's the key.
She's the key.
Okay. So I'm assuming they're going to say, everything changed after you vanished.
Who knows?
I'm going to assume that.
Okay, we'll assume that.
There's a single letter question, because there's a single capital letter question that I'm concerned about.
Tell me.
Oh, come now.
Is it Y?
No.
Is it Q?
It is.
Ah.
Because his best friend has gone missing, because the timeline's been destroyed. And he's already established that, that timeline is the one that everything needs to be on.
Right.
Because the Q need them for later, for when humanity finally develops to be like the Q, so they can add the distinctiveness to their own.
Oh, yes.
Because the Q is stagnating, and they need that from humanity.
Right, of course.
But he needed Picard. Picard was the one he was testing for the entire TNG.
That's true.
The whole of TNG was Picard's test.
Yes, it was.
You just don't get it, do you, Jean-Luc? The trial never ends. You'll find out. In any case, I'll be watching. And if you're very lucky, I'll drop by to say hello from time to time. See you out there.
And,
where is he? If he's been disappeared from the timeline because Discovery jumped to the future?
You don't think the big letter's going to go, hey, no, reset on that?
Maybe that's how they'll tie Discovery into Picard with the addition of Q and all this stuff, and that's how they'll get the ship back, and they'll disappear.
No, they're not going to do that.
They'll disappear the spore drive, and that's how Michelle Yeoh gets back in time to be in the Section 31 series when it comes out.
Also, I thought she was dead.
Michelle Yeoh?
Yeah. I thought she died in the first few episodes.
Well, she did, but this is Mirror Universe, Giorgio. You didn't know about Mirror Universe stuff. Oh, that was a big part of Season 1. See how much you're missing from the story by not watching the extra episodes?
So, which Mirror Universe?
There's only one Mirror Universe.
No, there's others.
I know, but for Star Trek...
There's two, at least.
Well, there's the one where...
Because there's Mirror Universe, where the original series.
Yeah.
And Enterprise.
Yeah.
And then there's Mirror Universe...
Deep Space Nine?
Deep Space Nine.
It's all the same Mirror Universe.
No, it's not.
Apparently.
Almost a century ago, a Terran starship captain named James Kirk accidentally exchanged places with his counterpart from your side due to a transporter accident. Our Terrans were barbarians then, but their empire was strong. While your Kirk was on this side, he met a Vulcan named Spock and somehow had a profound influence on him. Afterwards, Spock rose to commander-in-chief of the Empire by preaching reforms, disarmament, peace. It was quite a remarkable turnabout for his people. Unfortunately for them, when Spock had completed all his reforms, his empire was no longer in any position to defend itself against us. Us, the Alliance. The historic coming together of the Klingons and the Cardassians. And Bajor is a part of this alliance. We'd been under Terran occupation for decades. When we were freed, we petitioned for entry and were accepted. We have become quite an influential power within the alliance.
Doesn't make sense.
Of course it doesn't make sense.
The Terran Empire was then completely conquered.
Yes.
And everybody has no remembrance of the Terran Empire at all.
Well, they remember it, but...
No, if you remember, they talk about how humanity was starting its fledgling exploration of space and was conquered.
I don't remember that much from the Deep Space Nine parts of it. But anyway, it's Mirror Giorgio, and she's part of Section 31, and she's 930 years in the future. But she's supposed to have her own series, so she has to get back somehow.
Okay.
Unless it's Section 31 in the 32nd century.
Which doesn't make sense if the Federation is gone. Section 31 exists to protect the Federation from things that it can't protect itself from in the normal ways.
Yeah, so there's a lot of questions.
Yeah.
So
and none of them lead to a good story.
Okay. All right. We'll go with that. What did you think about the Lost in Space trailer for Season 2? Comes out Christmas Eve.
Eh?
You don't care? Because you only watched the first episode of the first season?
No, I watched the first 3/4 of the episode.
You didn't even finish it?
No.
Okay.
The science was so bad.
Yeah.
So bad.
I know, but we ignore that. And,
No, we don't.
And we enjoy the show because...
Look, you take your gimmies.
Yeah.
Have the science fiction show. You take your gimmies.
Right.
And you don't try to change a fundamental function of reality.
Really? It's a different area of space and there was stuff going on.
Yes, water freezes at the same rate as a universal law, or else the human bodies would have frozen. That the ones that were their faces were exposed.
Mm-hmm.
If ice was freezing that fast, they would have been dead on the first breath.
Yes, granted, but then we wouldn't have a story. So,
well, you could have had a story. Everybody keep their helmet on.
Okay,
but everybody took their helmet off right away.
Right, true enough. All right, fair enough. So you're not excited about Season 2?
No.
All right. I don't know what's happening in Season 2. I know they're looking for the robot.
Ignoring everything else. So it's raining water. We know it's water because it's right.
Mm-hmm.
So it's raining.
Yeah.
But then, since it touches the lake, it freezes
instantly.
The whole lake is freezing instantly. So why aren't the little drops of water in the air turning into ice bullets raining down as hail on them?
I don't know. It's a good question.
Because they don't think about science, and they're like, "Oh, this is cool." No, you can't do that. You have to have a logic to it.
Oh, okay.
And that's ocean with the rift in the middle of it.
Yeah.
That bothered me. That bothered me a lot.
Yeah, that's why you didn't even finish the first episode.
No, in the trailer, that
oh.
ocean with the rift in the middle of it.
Oh, yeah, okay.
That bothered me.
All right, fair enough. So, you probably won't be watching it.
Probably not.
Well, I've already got my schedule going. I'm going to watch that, and I'll be done watching that by the time Picard starts. So that is awesome.
Okay.
Yeah. Saw the first episode of the new season of Star Trek Short Treks. It was called Q&A, and it had Rebecca Romaine, not Stamos, and Ethan Peck, Spock and Number One, stuck in an elevator.
Okay.
It was a nice diversion. But I'll always call her Rebecca Romaine Stamos, even though she's not. I know she's married to Jerry O'Connell or whatever.
Sure.
Yeah, so it was pretty good, and they're good actors. And I hope they make a Captain Pike series. That would be amazing. The next one, which apparently is available for streaming now, but I haven't seen yet, it's called The Trouble with Edward, and it's all about tribbles. And he apparently does a genetic experiment on them because they breed slowly, but he inserts his DNA into them, and that's how they are born pregnant. From what the description was I read. They're retconning the tribbles, or explaining how things happened. But I haven't seen it yet, so I don't know.
But they already had an explanation that made perfect sense. On the world that they live in, there's an ultra-high predation rate.
Yeah, they got to change everything now.
Yeah, of course, because... Well, we can't have what's established be the thing.
No, definitely not. I don't know. I haven't seen it yet.
Are they going to eliminate the Great Triple Hunt?
I hope not. You can't eliminate the Great Triple Hunt.
Because I would like to see the Great Triple Hunt.
That would be awesome.
Because they glassed a planet from space.
And they still sing songs about the Great Triple Hunt.
Because it was, very important.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They do nothing but consume food and breed. If you feed that thing more than the smallest morsel, in a few hours you'll have 10 tribbles, then 100, then 1,000.
Calm down.
They were once considered mortal enemies of the Klingon Empire.
This? A mortal enemy of the Empire?
They were an ecological menace, a plague to be wiped out.
Wiped out? What are you saying?
Hundreds of warriors were sent to track them down throughout the galaxy. An armada obliterated the Triple Homeworld. By the end of the 23rd century, they had been eradicated.
Another glorious chapter of Klingon history. Tell me, do they still sing songs of the Great Triple Hunt?
But now they're going to retcon it.
Yeah,
now it's going to be all humans' fault.
Probably.
So, yay?
I guess.
Like being born pregnant is not a thing that is not known in nature. Like that happens.
Yeah.
So like I don't see why they have to try to explain it away.
Also,
let's explain it away by adding human DNA to an alien, non-humanoid life form who's not even like a descendant of the branching tree that is the first ones.
Well, apparently it's something to do with trying to prevent food shortages and using tribbles as a good food source, but they breed too slowly, so they need to increase the breeding, so you get more tribbles, therefore more food.
But
I don't know. I haven't seen the thing yet, but that's what I read. So our listeners will have to watch this stuff. Tell us what they think. TheRustedRobot@gmail.com. We would love to hear from you. So anyway, I watched the series premiere actually of Batwoman last week.
Okay, how was it?
It was fine. It was average. It was mediocre. It was okay.
Okay.
That's it. There's not much more I can say about it. There's all these characters that I don't know, and they're like cousins of the Waynes, and stuff is happening, and Bruce has disappeared, and Ruby Rose character, what's her name? Kate Kane. She breaks into Bruce's mansion and discovers his suit, and the guy who's related to Lucius Fox from the movies, he's the caretaker of the place, and she says, "That suit's pretty good." And he's like, "It's perfect," and she's like, "No, it'll be perfect when it fits a woman." It was okay, but I think we need to see more episodes. I'm not sure if I like it yet.
Okay.
But I saw that commercial too many times, and it kind of drove me crazy. Because it was every commercial break for like 3 days before the show premiered.
That's, big push before it starts.
Yeah, and then I watched the season premiere of Supergirl, and I hadn't seen that show in about a season and a half. And there's stuff that's happened that I don't know, but I'm just ignoring it. Because it came on right after Batwoman, so I'm like, yeah, I'll give it a go. And it doesn't look like it's changed at all.
Well, no, but
it's pretty much the same.
It was a light, fun show.
It was, yeah.
So, like, you can't go too dark. You got to be light and fun.
Yeah, and it was. It was fine. And then I tried to watch The Flash, but I don't get that channel apparently, so I don't know.
You get Supergirl, but you don't get Flash?
Yeah, because Supergirl and Batwoman was on Showcase, but Flash is on WPIX, and I don't have that channel. And it's not on any CW channels that I have, or CTV, or anything. It's just not available on my...
Seems odd.
On my package. I thought so too. Yeah, it was very strange. I don't know why I didn't have it. But I didn't, so I didn't see it. But my brother Robin did, and he liked it, so that's all I know. Have you watched anything cool?
I have checked out a couple new animes that have come out.
More than the ones you watched last week?
Yes. A couple new ones.
Okay.
Give me a second to pull up my anime viewer.
Hi, this is Admiral Adama, Battlestar Galactica, saying you're listening to the Rusted Robot Podcast. Think about it.
So there are two that I checked out.
Two.
The first one's called No Gun Life.
Okay.
Okay. It's set in the future. People are the extended. Basically, people who have parts of them replaced.
Ah, okay.
It's after a war. There's a major corporation that does most of the research into extended technology. And it follows this guy who's a resolver. He goes around and fixes issues dealing with the extended. He has a gun for a head.
Oh.
Like a revolver. Like a giant, oversized revolver.
That's different.
Yeah. And he goes around and fixes problems.
Okay.
And it looks pretty neat.
How many episodes have you seen?
One.
Just one.
Because it's the first episode that just come out.
Oh, okay, and they come out weekly.
They come out weekly.
Oh, okay. So you can't binge them. Okay.
I cannot binge them. They literally... I'm waiting for them to be produced in Japan and then subtitled and then released.
Right, okay.
Okay, so that's the one there I checked out. It's a non-isekai. It's a good sci-fi, cyberpunk future type thing going on.
Okay, so you think it'll continue?
So far it looks good, but I'll give it the 3 to 5.
Okay,
right?
yeah.
The next one is Welcome to Demon School Iririkum.
Oh.
Which is an isekai.
Yeah.
Kid's parents are completely lazy.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So he's out working on a fishing boat, of all things.
The kid is.
Yeah. He's got incredibly bad luck in life,
mm-hmm.
but because of that, he's learned to deal with problems pretty quickly. Like he's learned to dodge falling things at him pretty easy.
Oh.
Because things try to hit him a lot.
Right.
And he's learned to deal with problems. and then his parents sell him to Demon Lord.
As one does.
As one does, yeah. Sold him to the Demon Lord for money and fame in their own world.
Oh, nice.
And so he's now the grandson of a Demon Lord, and he's being sent to high school. Oh, and don't let anybody find out you're a human, because they'll eat you.
Ooh.
Good luck!
Okay.
Yeah.
How was the first episode?
Funny.
Yeah?
It is a hard comedy.
Mm.
This is very funny stuff.
Okay.
This one looks pretty good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's already got, like, the pretty boy in school. Apparently, in the world, when demons fight, if you lose, you become subordinate to the person you lost to.
Makes sense.
Right? He managed to beat the pretty boy by sheer luck.
Ah.
Now the pretty boy, popular kid in school, is his servant.
Oh, wow. That's a good start.
Yeah.
Okay. That does sound interesting.
Yep.
All right. And so that's 2 for 2.
Yeah, it's 2 for 2.
Right on.
That's the new ones I've checked out. But season 4 of 2 of the shows that I've already watched, it came out today.
Oh, and you haven't seen them yet?
No, because
you just literally
you came over and I checked the thing and I'm like, they're out.
Right.
So season 4 for My Hero Academia is out.
Oh, that's a very popular one.
That is a very popular one. I highly recommend you watch.
Okay.
So I can't tell you if it's any good because we're sitting here not watching it.
Right.
And Food Wars.
I think you've talked about this one before.
Yeah, Food Wars Plate 4 is out.
Ah, okay.
Because they don't call them seasons.
Right.
Food Wars.
So it's plate.
Second helping, third plate, fourth plate.
Nice. I like it.
Yeah.
That's clever.
So, yeah.
I like clever things.
Yeah.
Yes. That's why I like you, Josh.
Thank you.
Oh, no problem. Okay, so
appreciate the compliment.
I know you do. You know what we haven't done? We haven't played a promo for another podcast here on the ESO Network.
What?
I know, I forgot again. I keep forgetting. We should do that right now.
The PWR Spot Show Podcast is a weekly wrestling podcast on the ESONetwork.com. We only talk about the real stuff. You know, Hulk Hogan and pile drivers. You can find us on Podbean and iTunes every Monday. You can also follow us on Twitter at PWR Spot Show and go to pwrspotshow.xyz.
How was that? Was that good?
I don't know.
Well, I'll edit it in after.
Okay.
Okay. And I'm sure it was awesome.
Sure.
Yeah. Check it out, guys. All right, so some sad news. Haven't had any in a while. Didn't know him personally. Cosmonaut Alexei Leonov, who was first to walk in space, dies at 85. So, Soviet-era cosmonaut Alexei Leonov, who in 1965 became the first person to walk in space before co-leading the first joint mission between Russia and the United States, died at the age of 85 on October 11th at the Burdenko Military Hospital in Moscow after a long illness. One of the first cosmonauts of the world space era, forever devoted to his country and his work, he inscribed himself in golden letters in the world history of space, said Roscosmos, Russia's Federal Space Corporation. A whole era has gone. Selected alongside Yuri Gagarin among the first 20 Soviet Air Force pilots to train as cosmonauts in 1960, Leonov flew twice into space, logging a total of 7 days and 32 minutes off the planet. Launched on Vokshod 2, the world's 17th human spaceflight on March 18th, 1965, Leonov made history as the first person to exit his spacecraft for an EVA, or extravehicular activity. "The Earth is round," he exclaimed as he caught his first view of the world. "Stars were to my left, right, above and below me. The light of the sun was very intense, and I felt its warmth on the part of my face that was not protected by a filter," he said in a 2015 interview with the Fédération Aéronautique Internationale at the 50th anniversary of his spacewalk. "What remained etched in my memory was the extraordinary silence," he said.
Oh, sad.
A passing of a legend, Josh.
Yeah.
Very sad news for...
space historians, yeah.
Yes, exactly.
You know what? We need to start making more heroes.
Yeah, we do.
Because, you know what? We're running low on the greats.
Because we lost John Glenn last year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And Neil Armstrong not too long ago.
They're not getting any younger.
They're definitely not. No.
So we need to push. We need more heroes.
Yeah.
We need another man to walk on the moon. We need a man to stand on the surface of Mars.
Right? I was just listening to a podcast, I think it was Mission Log Live, and they were talking to Canadian astronaut Bob Thirsk, I think it was.
Okay.
And He's the record holder for the most time in space for a Canadian, and he was saying that with his knowledge of everything, that he thinks we should have a manned mission to Mars by about 2035.
Not soon enough.
No, definitely not soon enough, because they're saying 2030, but with his knowledge, he's saying 35 is probably the most likely scenario.
No, we need to bump more into the budget.
Yeah, we do.
We need to put 10% of the world budget into it.
How much more?
10% of the world budget.
That's really the only way to do it. It has to be a worldwide thing.
Every nation drop 10% of your GDP into the space program, and let's go.
We should.
Yeah.
I'm ready. I'd go for a one-way trip.
Yeah.
Yeah. And on to the next story. All right, since we're in the space era news, article came out the other day. It says that Dennis Lawson is going to reprise his role as Wedge Antilles in The Rise of Skywalker.
Okay.
So that's pretty neat, isn't it? It says here that nearing the release of Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker, information regarding the movie is slowly getting out, and fans expect J.J. Abrams to make a smooth transition for the trilogy, for it to have a conclusion that could answer fans' numerous queries. Although most of its plot is kept under wraps, a fan-favorite character is said to have reprised his role for the movie. The Rebel Force Radio recently posted a tweet saying that Dennis Lawson will be reprising Wedge Antilles, and you can check out the tweet below. It just says, "Look at the size of that thing. We just received a solid yes from a representative for the actor. Dennis Lawson will be in Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker, reprising his role as Wedge Antilles." And he was a side character in the original trilogy, first appeared in A New Hope, and was actually played by Colin Higgins. However, the actor struggled to memorize his lines, which resulted in Lawson filming the remainder of the scenes. And he continued to play the character in the following movies until The Empire Strikes Back. He also showed up in Star Wars Rebels, and Wedge is a fan favorite because he was one of the very few people who helped with destroying the second Death Star. So that's kind of neat that we're getting some tie-ins again.
Well, Wedge wasn't...
Not a major character, but...
I'm surprised the guy couldn't memorize his lines. It's not like he had a lot of them.
No, right.
Well, all right.
That's kind of weird. Like, what I don't even know. It's just...
I know he had more lines than the original scripting.
Yeah.
But still, he didn't have a lot of lines.
Because he's a side character.
Yeah.
So, it's neat. Cool. Just a little bit of casting news that I thought I'd throw out there for you.
All right.
Speaking of casting news, they're Animaniacs, and they're making a comeback with the same voice cast that made the original such a blast. It's the Animaniacs, and now they're back. Yes, as our poorly constructed parody rhyme clearly tries to communicate, the original voice cast of the hit animated series Animaniacs is coming back for the already announced reboot series on Hulu. Rob Paulson will be back as Yakko, Tress MacNeille back as Dot, and Jess Harnell will be back as Wacko, once again delivering that oh-so-signature Ringo Starr voice, parody for the character. Needless to say, this is welcome news for Animaniacs fan.
I enjoyed Animaniacs.
Yeah, me too. It's a great series.
Yeah.
Yes. Had a lot of different standout clips or vignettes. Segments, that's the word I'm looking for. Like Good Idea, Bad Idea. Mm-hmm. And of course, Pinky and the Brain were always a favorite of everybody.
Yeah, and it's many layers to the jokes.
Yes. It's set to begin streaming on Hulu in 2020.
Okay.
So,
right.
You know what? 2020 is coming up soon, and there are going to be so many bad puns about 2020 vision.
The year to look back, yeah.
Yeah, aren't you just looking forward to all the puns?
Meh.
It's gonna be bombardment.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I don't think it's a good thing.
To be perfectly honest, I can't wait for the 21s.
And then what?
Well, then they can stop. They won't be able to make any more of those stupid glasses.
Yeah.
I've hated those glasses for years.
Have you?
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Well, why don't you...
the year glasses.
Yeah.
The 1990 glasses, the 1999, yeah, that's all those ones. All of them.
The ones that you wear on New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hate those.
Why are they going to stop making them?
Because by the time once we reach 2020, once we reach 21 something,
yeah,
we won't have to worry about those for at least a century.
Because
the 21, you won't be able to keep using the 9 or the 0.
Oh, for the eye holes.
Yeah.
Right. I see what you're saying. It won't be too easy. They'll figure out a way.
No.
You don't think so?
I think once we get there, we'll have finally gotten past it.
Well, let's hope so.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever worn a pair of those glasses. Have you?
No, I've never worn a pair of those glasses. I hate those glasses.
Yeah, they're ridiculous.
They look stupid as hell. And there are going to be a lot of them for 2020.
Oh yeah, big time. Yeah.
But they won't be able to do anything with 2021.
No, I can't see how they will.
There's the 0,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
But there's no second round number to look through.
No, there's not.
It's 2021, 2022, 2023. We won't have them. We won't be able to do anything with them.
No, I don't.
Not until 2024. Because then you can make the closed 4 rather than an open 4.
Right, that's true. That's true.
And we'll do it then, but we'll have 3 years.
And that'll make you happy.
That'll make me happy.
Good.
I hate those. I don't know why I hate them. I hate them so much, though.
A happy Josh is a fun Josh.
Sure.
Yeah. Did you like the John Wick series? Have you seen
I
it?
haven't seen the last one.
Okay.
I enjoyed the first one. The second one wasn't as good.
No.
But what I'm hearing is the third one's really great. All right.
Article here says that a female-focused John Wick spin-off is in the works with Len Wiseman set to direct. It says here it's going to be called Ballerina, and it's a female-focused action spin-off in the John Wick franchise. Much like the plot to the John Wick saga, Ballerina will center around a young female assassin who seeks revenge against the people who killed her family. Reports also suggest that the film is being put on a fast track with Shay Hatton penning the script, whose recent credits include the screenplay for Zack Snyder's Netflix project Army of the Dead. Moreover, Hatton also helped pen the script for John Wick 3 Parabellum, which should lead nicely to the crafting of Ballerina.
Okay, so here's what I'm going to say when they keep doing this stuff. If you're going to make a film that's going to be female-centered, that's fine, but make it about the character. Don't make it about her being female. Because you know what I don't care about?
Tell me.
That she's female.
Right.
I want her to be a good character.
Yeah, that's important.
Because too often they focus on, girl empowerment. And, why not make a good character? Make her interesting. Make her compelling. Yeah. I don't care what gender my character is. I want a good character.
That's really all that matters.
Because it seems anti-productive to me to go, we're making a female-centric film. And that's the whole of the film.
So what they should do is just write a good movie with a good character, and then you can figure out the gender later.
Yeah.
I think so too.
Because I don't care. I want a good character piece. That's the problem. That's the problem I have with female-centric films. Because that's what they do.
Yep.
Same thing with any time you do that with any group.
It's true.
You're bringing the focus to that group. Female, black lead, Italian lead, Zimbabwean lead. Make the character interesting.
Yeah.
And I won't care what race, creed, religion, whatever he is or she is, or they are. Make them compelling so that it doesn't matter.
I agree.
Because what was that one that was out? All the ladies go into the area, the expanding area.
Oh, Annihilation.
Annihilation. That was good.
I didn't like it at all.
I enjoyed it.
Okay.
I enjoyed it. It was pretty good.
Oh, no, I couldn't stand it.
It was pretty trippy.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed it.
Okay.
So, and that one, it was never advertised as, these are a bunch of strong, independent females going in there. No.
It was just a movie.
Them.
With a story, and
it was good.
It just happened to be
I enjoyed it. All of the actresses, I think they did a fantastic job.
Oh, they did, for sure. I just didn't like the film.
Well, that's fine.
But that's subjective, so...
Yeah.
But they did a good job.
All the acting was good. The special effects were good. I enjoyed the film.
Yes.
For what it was. At no point was it, slammed in your face. See? They're strong, independent women.
Right.
No, just show them being strong, independent women. That's what you do.
Yeah, you don't mention it. You just let it be its thing.
Yeah.
I understand. I'm on board, Josh. Let's invade Hollywood and do it right.
Nah.
No?
I can't do that.
Too much work?
Too much work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't want to change the system from inside?
No.
No.
I just want to yell at it.
Okay.
I want to yell at it from a distance, shaking my fist.
That's easy enough to do. All right.
Hey, podcast fans, Spotify is making it easy for you to stream this podcast and many others like it on your mobile device, desktop app, and smart speaker. Open the app on your mobile device or desktop, click on the browser channel, then click on the podcast section. You'll be able to stay thoroughly entertained during your commute to work, your drive home, and your downtime, thanks to Spotify.
And I won't spend money on films that slam a message into me. You know what I don't think I'm going to go watch? Harley Quinn.
Oh, the Birds of Prey. We just watched...
First of all, no. That is a terrible title that they have.
Birds of Prey?
Birds of Prey. Good title.
Yeah.
Birds of Prey and Harley Quinn. Birds of Prey versus Harley Quinn. Those would have been good titles.
Uh-huh.
Birds of Prey and the Miraculous Emancipation of Harley Quinn.
Is that what the subtitle was?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Too long!
Yeah, way too long.
Nobody's going to ever call it that.
I don't think they will.
I'm like, they go Avengers Endgame? Yeah, because Avengers Endgame. 4
words.
syllables.
Yeah. Easy. 2 words. No.
Yeah.
Good. Oh, yes. So we watched the trailer for Birds of Prey. Looks horrible.
It looks bad. It is a... See? Strong, independent females.
Yeah.
See?
It looks like a boring slog to watch.
Yeah.
Watched The Joker last weekend.
Okay.
Way better than I expected. Great movie. Joaquin does an amazing job.
Okay.
I give it an 8 out of 10. If I'd have to watch it again in a few months, because that's your... I was just at the theater and I enjoyed myself rating. Because I was the hype. I was thinking about that. Because when Ghost in the Shell came out, I went to the theater, really liked it. Tried watching it last weekend, couldn't even finish it. It was horrible.
Getting back to the Birds of Prey.
Yeah.
That, then again, might be a problem with the commercial.
Yeah, the trailer could be poorly constructed.
Because DC is bad at their trailers.
True.
They are real bad at it.
Yes.
They cut it up in such a way that some films don't look anything like
what actually comes out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So this may be an issue with the trailer as opposed to the movie.
Yeah.
The movie may not be as bad, but you can tell what they're going for in the trailer.
I won't be going to the theater to see it. I know that much.
Yeah, I don't think so either. It looks bad.
It looks pretty bad. Maybe I'll watch it on Netflix in 3 years, but who knows?
I don't think so.
Yeah, it's
it doesn't interest me. And also, the trailer definitely is focused in on Harley Quinn.
Because everybody loves Harley. Everybody dresses up for her.
Yeah, so this is not the Birds of Prey and Harley Quinn.
No, it's Harley Quinn.
This is Harley Quinn featuring the Birds of Prey. So, they should have just called it Harley Quinn. Or they could have called it The Miraculous Emancipation of Harley Quinn and just left it at that.
Get rid of the Birds of Prey trailer. Or title.
Yeah. Introduce them in the Harley Quinn film and then spin them off to their own.
Mm-hmm. You could do that.
But, no, they tried to build something out of nothing without giving it thought.
So, meh. Not interested. And so for the last bit of news, it's a rumor, it's a tweet from David Harbour, him of the recent Hellboy and the cop from Stranger Things. I can't remember his name on the show. Hopper. That was his name on the show. He wants to remake Con Air.
Okay.
Yeah. So his tweet says, "One day, Sensei, one day, when the stubble returns and I finally learn to wink, I will buy the ribbed white tank and stand amidst the ruins of a downed convict plane in some desert. I just know I will. I just know it." He hashtags long hair don't care, high pony, long hair and don't care. It's just something that he wants to do. There's nothing in the works. I don't think it should be remade. It's a classic. I love it. It's my favorite film of all time.
So
it's horrible and it's cheesy and I love it.
So it's one of those films that could be remade.
Or you could have a second story. Like another plane.
I don't think you can do a second... I don't think you can do a continuation of Con Air.
No, it's not a continuation. It's just more convicts are being moved. It's the same movie, but with different characters. Not different actors.
Yeah, but you're saying the same event happens...
A similar event.
30 years later.
Yes.
They didn't, correct for this kind of thing, I don't know, by not transporting convicts in an airplane. Like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Because I never understood why they're transporting the convicts in an airplane.
Because it's faster?
But you don't ship...
Because they're going across the country.
Why are they going across the country? Why are we moving prisoners across the country?
Because they were trying to populate the new Supermax facility.
Okay.
With the worst of the worst. And
you also don't put all of the worst of the worst in the same thing at the same time.
And Cameron Poe was just along for a ride. He was a parolee hitching a ride home.
Yeah, no.
No?
No. It was a terrible idea back then. It's a terrible idea now. And they wouldn't do it again.
No, they wouldn't. They'd have to do something different. But
yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, a remake is fine. It's due for a remake.
Okay. 1997 was when it came out.
Yeah, but it wasn't... It's a well enough known film that people would go, oh yeah, Con Air, they're redoing Con Air? All right. But it's not a super popular film where everybody goes, oh, freaking Con Air, it's a classic. Oh yeah, I love Con Air. Like, how often do you actually hear that when people are talking about their favorite action films? how often does Con Air appear in action film top 100s, even?
I don't know.
Not that often.
Yeah, probably not.
So it's one that's known enough that people will know it, but not known enough that people are like, it's a classic. So that's one that's a good candidate for a remake.
All right, that's fair.
You remake it, you give it new life, and people are like, oh, this is a remake? Yeah, go watch the original, and you can bring attention back to the original.
Okay. That works. We'll see what happens. Probably nothing, but you never know.
Probably nothing.
Yeah.
Because it's a terrible premise to begin with.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, it's the best. All right. So that is another successful episode of Rusted Robot, Josh.
Yep.
Yep. Awesome. We'll talk to our people next week. I hope our Canadians have a great Thanksgiving weekend and everything goes well for them. What are you thankful for?
I'm thankful that that I didn't drop my glasses just now on the floor and smash them.
That was pretty close.
Yeah.
Yes, it was.
Pretty much that.
Okay.
My kids, my family, the usual.
The usual.
Things.
Yeah. Okay.
Other than the usual things, not much.
No.
I am a simple man living a simple life.
You are. And we're also thankful for our listeners who share the links to the show, leave a 5-star review in the podcast apps.
And send their comments and questions to us.
Yeah, we love emails. We haven't had any in forever.
Yeah.
So, anyway, listeners, thanks for coming by again and doing all the stuff. And remember, there are 3 months left in this decade. I think you should go for it. You have been listening to the Rusted Robot Podcast. To contact the show, email therustedrobot@gmail.com or tweet us at therustedrobot. Join the Facebook page and group and visit the website at therustedrobot.podbean.com. The Rusted Robot Podcast was put together by Shawn and Josh and the Rusty crew. Please remember to check out our other show, the Soulforge Podcast. Visit Jump City Comics in the 101 Mall and leave a glowing review in your chosen podcast app. Thank you and have a geeky day.
The Rusted Robot Podcast. Think about it.
Hi, I'm William Shatner, and I love fried turkey. But turkey and oil are a dangerous combination. So watch this video. I want your comments on it. I want to know how you plan to keep yourself, your family, and me safe from turkey fryer fire.
I want a deep-fried turkey. I want a moister, tastier turkey. I want a deep-fried turkey. I want a moister, tastier turkey.
It started as a hunger. I was young and arrogant. Blinded by my hunger, I ignored safety.
I want a deep-fried turkey. I want a moister, tastier turkey. I want a deep-fried turkey. I want a moister, tastier turkey.
When I laid my hands on that fryer, I didn't want to let go. Back then, everyone was doing it. I once loved this piece of metal. Keep yourself, your family, and me safe from turkey fryer fires. So dangerous, you can't even imagine. Fried turkey tastes great. It's a great taste. I love fried turkey. But you gotta be safe. Hot, thermometer. Dingle dangle, dingle dangle. Hot, thermometer. Where's the dingle dangle? Palm oil, wet frozen turkey. Push together, make steam. Pushing the hot oil and igniting on the open flame.
I want a deep-fried turkey.
I want a moister, tastier turkey.
I want a deep-fried turkey.
I want a moister, tastier
turkey.
Blinded by my hunger, I ignored safety. Spat in the face of science. Turn off the flame.
Oh my goodness! What have I done? Oh! Look at this. That is so stupid.
Keep yourself, your family, and me safe from turkey fryer fires. So dangerous, you can't even imagine.
I want a deep-fried turkey.
I want a moister, tastier turkey.
I want a deep-fried turkey.
I want a moister, tastier
turkey.
That fryer took so much from me. But it gave me a healthy fear. Fire, metal, oil, and turkey are glorious when in harmony, but their power is unrelenting in careless hands.
This has been a broadcast of the ESO Network. Be part of the crew and help support our shows by donating to our ESO Patreon or by shopping through Amazon.com or the TeePublic store, which can all be found at www.esonetwork.com. The ESO Network, your station for all things geek.